coalitions of competent organizations. People have to be organized to participate in this.
Yeah, but I think what's going to be more important is what Bridgman was saying earlier. Everybody singing the same song. I think everybody coming together is more essential than having one organized organization or even a bunch of. I think everybody just needs to be together. It needs to be mass, even if it's just a mass of people who don't know what they're doing taking over a park. I mean, if one day they do it like big enough and just imagine if people just flooded Wall Street to like New York City one day, just to the extent where like it was just paralyzed, just
when you get 100,000 people. You get it to about 100,000 people, then they start paying attention.
But what is Congress going to do? What bill will they pass as a result of that? What will that signal? What will that do?
We need to work towards that too. But the thing is, both have to be built. I mean, you have to.
Anytime you had 100,000 people marching on a national mall, something went down.
And even think about it. Even with Occupy, as dysfunctional as Occupy was, and as much as you guys want to say stuff about it. I'm going to say Occupy is largely responsible for Obama getting reelected. Because, look, Americans vote on the economy. And what changed the whole discussion of the economy? It went from Atlas Shrugged all of a sudden to, the Communist Manifesto. Right. And what, dude? Just boom, just like that. Just people sleeping in a park.
Because it was they took the blame away from Obama and put it on the corporation.
Yeah, it flipped it around. All of a sudden, Frank Lutz is saying, "Don't talk about capitalism," and this is the Republican Party he's talking to.
Yeah, it's
imagine that Republicans friendly the top. I like Frank Lutz because he tells the truth, even though he's I want to slap him and choke him, but I like him just how he tells the truth. Like he tells the truth, he tells it more blatantly. He's just like, all right, this is what dumb Republicans. This is what you say to your dumb Republican base, and this will get them on. But all right, I want to go back to this memo. Just a few more things real quick, just because. Plutonomy. This is how it's run. Citigroup, I mean, who would know better? Who would know better than the people the bank that was formed by the repeal of Glass-Steagall? Common drivers of Plutonomy, according to Citigroup. Listen to this, Joey. To this, Joey. Disruptive technology-driven productivity gains. Basically all the things you think are so great are basically drivers of Plutonomy. Disruptive technology-driven productivity games. Creative financial innovation, like credit default swaps and great things like that. Capitalist-friendly cooperative governments, also known as plutocracies. An international dimension of immigrants and overseas conquest, invigorating wealth creation. The rule of law and patenting inventions. So you can patent every gene in the human body and own it.
You can't do that, but I get what you're saying.
You can own gene. You can own
No, you can't. The Supreme Court ruled on it and said you can't patent something that already existed. Right? You can't discover something and then say, "Oh, I'm patenting this."
But you can use it. You can use it and do things with it and then create a totally different.
Sure, but I mean, it's like you can't patent gravity, for instance, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can patent something related to it that you invented, but you can't patent a discovery.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, but
I get what you're saying. I don't know.
No, but I get what you're saying too. I get what you're saying.
There are patented organisms. I mean,
that means that they had to have been invented somehow.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
you never saw the rat with the ear?
Well, yeah, I mean, like genetically modified crops, for instance. Yeah, because that's something that was invented. They didn't discover a modification.
Exactly,
they made it.
It's still a living organism.
They used to.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Somebody invented corn,
and there's also problems.
That's a genetically modified organism. They
were all genetically. Everything we eat has been genetically modified ever since we've been eating it.
What I'm saying is 100,000 years ago, corn didn't exist. Broccoli didn't exist.
Raspberries were super small.
Strawberries, these things didn't exist. Human beings,
their ancestors.
Their ancestors were genetically much smaller.
You know what I'm saying?
Like bananas were so filled with seeds, people didn't really want to eat them. Yeah, I get what you mean.
So,
And you know what? Reforming the patent system to some extent to say, hey, you can't just make these tiny changes and then charge people outrageous prices for it. That's messed up. A perfect example of that is heart stents. A company like Johnson & Johnson will make a tiny change to a heart stent and then say, oh, well, now it's really new. And of course, because it's a heart stent, everybody wants the latest technology. So we're charging $100,000 for this, even though it only cost us maybe $5,000 to actually make it.
Oh, hold on,
like
hold on. Mic check. Thank you. All right, so I got a little bit worked up because I'm just looking up here on Forbes.com on some article from just about a week or two ago. So when was that Supreme Court case, Joey? About the patenting genes.
I mean, it was a while ago.
Okay, well, it looks like they're revisiting a similar case because they're gonna hear if human genes can be patented. This is Forbes from April 12th this year.
Of this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's specific genes they're talking about. But
the genes are strings of protein known as BRCA1s and 2s for breast cancer, which when mutated are highly predictive of breast cancer.
I mean, does the article mention the fact that the Supreme Court...
They're trying to patent breast cancer. Wait. The gene for breast cancer? Is that what they're trying to patent?
No, it's a gene that predicts breast cancer, I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like, so if you're genetically predisposed for it.
So they're trying to patent the process of discovering that.
No, they're patenting the gene in your body that lets...
or the protein that lets be... Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to patent.
All right, well, I mean, we'll see what they rule on that, but precedent has been that you can't discover something and then patent it.
Well, it looks like this is what Forbes is saying, right in bold right here, the big question. Can the Supreme Court craft a rule that prohibits patents on naturally occurring genes without making it so broad that it squelches investment in the booming business?
They've answered that question before. I don't know why they're acting like it's... I mean, they're probably acting like it's a big deal because they want you to keep reading their stuff and clicking on their ads. Because, I mean, the Supreme Court's been pretty consistent on this.
Well, they're revisiting it. Either way, they already decided to hear it. I mean, if the Supreme Court...
Well, yeah, because
you're acting like it's not a big deal, but the Supreme Court, the highest judicial body in this land, has decided to spend their time on it. They made the conscious decision, hey, this case merits our,
I mean, I see how this has a twist on what they've already visited. So I see why they're visiting it, but... I don't think they're going to reverse
I just wanted to pop your bubble, dude. All right, but anyway, I just want...
You haven't popped my bubble, Scott. That's what I want you to know.
I'm going to...
Your bubble hasn't been popped yet, but some more air's being pushed into it. I was it hasn't been popped yet. All right, we'll see what they'll say.
No, I think in the court case, it looked like that already was the law, and they're challenging it because the company wants to be able to study it, but it would violate the patent that this company already has. So basically, anything is legal.
So I've given my closing statements on my bubble. Does anybody else have closing statements?
All right, my closing statement is going to be from this Plutocracy memo. I just want to say how much a lot of this sounds like some whacked out Randian crap. All right, quote, unquote, the risk premium on equities that might derive from the dyspeptic global imbalance school is unwarranted. The Earth is not going to be shaken off its axis and sucked into the cosmos by these imbalances. The Earth is being held up by the muscular arms of its entrepreneur plutocrats. Like it or not. Like it or not, humanity, you need corporations. You couldn't survive without them. It's the natural order of things. We don't need
corporations controlling our government.
That's at the end of the day.
According to them.
At the end
we don't need all that wealth inequality. Not that much.
Well, what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? I'm saying we need a coalition. What do you guys? I mean, we need a coalition and a vision. I mean, it's already... There already sort of is. I mean, a lot of these groups represent us, Root Strikers, Move to Amend.
Yeah, we've got to get the information out there, and the more information you get out there, the more minds will change, and the bigger your team is.
And get in the streets, because you can get in the streets when you get a chance. Do something.
And
propaganda.
You got to stop believing the lie. Every day, we're told a lie. The noble lie. We are told that we need somebody to tell us what to do and what to buy and what to eat and how to eat when we already know these things. We were taught as a child, eat your vegetables, exercise, go outside and play. But it's like we've drawn away from that. And they keep us sick to make money. They make us fat to make money. And, even when you want to lose weight, you go to the gym. We're making money there.
Plutocracy wants you to get fat.
Yeah, if you look at McDonald's, you know they didn't start.
And hey, man, Cheetos came up with that. They got the Cheeto that makes you hungry. It makes you feel like your appetite's not sated.
Yeah.
So
but
you can eat forever. Never be
fast
full.
food chains didn't start selling healthier options until they saw they could make money off it. Till we went through this health.
And it's a lot of money. It's bullshit. Why does tofu cost so much?
Yeah. What's going on?
I can buy a whole chicken or a little block of tofu.
Yeah.
I want some subsidies for that shit.
This is going off the rails.
So to bring us back,
But I'm telling you, no, this is not
show.
off the rails. That's directly related to plutocracy.
but
Tyson spends. I guarantee you, Tyson spends a lot of money on in Georgia on our government.
I'm sure they do.
This is Georgia. How many
So
people
what
do
are we
eat
gonna
tofu?
do?
No, Tyson. I said Tyson, the chicken company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got some
I mean, they get
gains
mass subsidies. Where the I guess there are a lot of
Shut the
All right.
up. Shut the up. You guys have disappointed me because this is plutocracy now, and if this is the best we came up with, then we're doomed. But here's my vision.
Tess, you're such a bitch.
Here's my
Yeah,
vision.
dude.
Is that
suck our dicks?
you know, if you impress me, I might consider it. But considering you guys totally blew this one, you're not getting blown. So, Scott mentioned 3 organizations: Move to Amend, Represent.us, and what was the other one?
Move to Amend,
Root Strikers. So I don't think there are any groups in Atlanta of these organizations that are functioning on anyone of a respectable level. So we actually need an organization that we believe in that is organized and
This
is
is one of the
effective
problems. This is one of
and
the problems.
does something. No. Because here's my vision. And here's one of the problems. Motherfuckers like Scott interrupt people when they're actually saying something good.
because I hear people talking about how people need to do this. People need to do this all the time. Like, no,
Scott is interrupting the vision.
The
So
vision.
the vision is
Visionary in
when
action.
people are actually organized with something that they believe in, then they can contact their representative and they can say, hey, what do you think about this issue? And then you can write a letter with 10 people. You get a response. If you don't like the response, you have the person on the record. What do you do with that information? You start knocking on doors. You start going around the neighborhood and saying, hey, we're a group of people and we think this. So you have a conversation about what you believe. Are you interested in this issue? Yeah. Well, then you say, well, we've already contacted the representative and actually they said this. Do you agree with that? Oh, no. Well, then you have another person willing to sign the letter. So then the next time you can go back to the representative and say, well, we've been canvassing in your district. We've been knocking on doors in your district, talking to people about you, and we've gotten this many signatures about this issue. Now, what do you think? Like, this actually builds social interaction, builds people talking to people instead of us being so reliant on corporations for everything. So that's what I'm talking about. Us coming together, us four doing this is a start, but we have to build something a little bit more systematic and we have to reach out to more people on a human level. And I think that's really how movements start and that's really how things get done.
Yeah, Dr. King ain't had no YouTube.
All right, this has been Plutocracy Now, Season 1. Motherfucking finale.
That's right. It's been fun. We'll be back.
Arrivederci.
Fight the plutocracy.